Menteri Rangba Kejela Konrad Kongkal Sangma Uloong balada kejingibit jong uknyang coronavirus kakiu kumakalong menta hapdeng jong ujumbang kebencak ta akan kot syakasan hajar ngut ulong baka sorkar hadin bakal bicar benya ya kini kejingkiu kasngaudan kam bancim ya kesenjam banjada ta kabakentu jor ya kipaidba bakin ai injektika ulong baka sorkar kalashim ya karai bante lakam ya kenu kejingibit jong kaklam covid kat kendai Nakaba an perking haki babun ki benta pan light na kajing kangdam na ka lockdown bad ya kajing pen bena ansa pentep da ka office jong deputy commissioner ulong ki babun na ginong song ki bawan pa sya kajela lalap baki yabit ni syakta how coronavirus pat kani ka long ka baap ya kajing ma namar ko makalong hadu mata kumbah 100% ki bawan na syabar ki syakta how covid bad banyada nalor Bat banyada nalor ka RT-PCR bagi don kam bed baken le. Ka sorkar ka airu ya hukum bagi de bansong hapo isolation hado nyosngi war lagi de ki test negative. Ulong baka sorkar ka sim kyaru ban penbyang ya kijing don kam nagam ta penyakun ya ka klam coronavirus ka blakiu stat hakat kela ka baar haka ba ulong baka sorkar ka sim kyaru ya kijing don kam jong oxygen kijing tia hagi jaka sumar bat ki dawai yada. Ulai itu ba ulalek banjurip mentagasngi ya kajaka penmi oksigen kepada napo bernihat ha ba ula pentikna bagate kajaka kan penbiang ya kajingdon kam ha kajela ulong ba da kajingirap jongga sorkar pedeng enbo biang san rituli kajaka penmi oksigen ha kajela hapo shibenai Ulong bakum kejimpen kre yo don kejing na kejing syakta ha kaklam ka sorkar kan penbun cucu ru ya kejing tia habro ke distrik pat ban pengklain cucu ya kijaka sumar ha kitain nong kendong.
Oh, not 2-3 months. If things go the way they are, you're talking of 10 days, less than 10 days, could double. If the trend, if the number of continues. So therefore, I won't have the exact numbers with me. They have the exact numbers here. But what would be a safe thing to do? Yeah. So if the trend continues the way it is, we could be hitting 5,000 cases by mid of May. We're at 1,400 today. So that this number we came to know in the meeting 10 days back we had. So therefore we decided all those measures, and that's the reason we keep stressing that we need to not look at this 1,400 and say it's only 1,400. No, we know the trend that's happening, and this is not trend just for us. It's a trend in the rest of the country also. So we're learning from those trends also, and that's the reason why before we even reach that point, we need to take the decision and make restrictions, and that's why we did that, and that's why we also went for this aggressive campaign for vaccination also. So yes, you're right. It's based on all these facts, projections that we had, that we are going for such measures. A lot of people may feel that numbers are so low, why we're going for it. It's not correct. We have to see the trend and the growth rate, which is really what is the worrying aspect. So please take care, as I said again, and please follow the restrictions that we have given to all. As you're aware, the numbers are still high, and we are still seeing a trend where the positivity rate in the state also is one of the highest that we have seen in the past, these past 18 months of this COVID that has come up. Not 18, but 12, 14 months. So therefore, the situation is serious, and therefore different kind of containment strategies have been adopted. We are looking at a situation where we want to avoid lockdown, but at the same time, to contain the situation, we need to put more and more restrictions at least in the Shillong city area. Having said that, there are a lot of indications that are coming in. We are seeing that more and more of the returnees that are coming in are testing positive. We are seeing close to 65% of returnees testing positive. That's a very large and alarming number. Therefore, in order to ensure that we are able to contain the spread of the virus through these returnees, apart from making the RT-PCR test mandatory for them, we are also giving very strong advisory to them to isolate themselves for 7 days. which means irrespective of whether they test positive or negative in the RT-PCR, we are giving a strong advisory to them and their family members that they should isolate themselves for 7 days, because we are seeing that these returnees have a potential to spread the virus, and by ensuring that we contain and we isolate them irrespective of being positive or negative, there's a higher chance that we'll be able to contain the situation. Now, why are we doing this? Is because more and more, as I said, numbers are showing that returnees are coming out positive. So there could be a chance where we are seeing kind of a more relaxed attitude if they turn out to be negative in the test. But it could be that they could have picked up the virus along the way also, since it's a highly contagious virus. So in order to ensure that we don't take any chance, it's highly advised, strongly advised to the returnees and to their family members that they can keep themselves isolated for 7 days at least, even from their own family members. The overall infrastructure and availability of resources to be able to fight this situation, especially when it comes to the requirements of oxygen, requirements of bed, requirements of medication. So we are reviewing that also on a continuous basis. I have just visited on my way from Tura, the Oxygen Banihat Private Limited manufacturing center, and this happens to be in our own state, and I've met the management there, and they have all assured us that they will be supplying to the health department into the state on a priority basis as and when is required. So that's a very positive news. At the same time, with UNDP's help and with the Government of India's help, we'll also be putting up 6 more oxygen production centers throughout the state, which we are hopeful that in the next 2 to 3 weeks to maximum 4 weeks we should be able to set those up. So efforts are being made at all levels. We are also looking at ensuring that the beds capacities are increased in all the districts. So those aspects also are being pushed and examined because we want to be sure that we are prepared in case situation gets difficult for the people of our state. So in this all these situations, we are doing our best to ensure that we are looking at all the different scenarios, and all these points were discussed today also. We also discussed about the improvement of the overall management, even down to the sub-center level and the village level, where we want to ensure that awareness is created properly as to how one should respond to if they are positive, because sometimes there is a sense that people end up thinking that going to the hospital is the only way out, but then one can monitor themselves and ensure that only when you are crossing a certain line, then you may need medical attention or professional attention. But if it is not, then we don't need to stress the hospitals and the medical healthcare sector. And if we can handle it at that level, then in case the numbers do go up, we'll be in a better position to overall manage only those cases which are very critical and need medical attention, and the others will be able to manage on their own to large extent. And so therefore the necessary training, necessary infrastructure and necessary structuring of this entire system is also being planned to see that in a situation where the numbers go up, we are in a better state to manage the overall situation. Certain areas, more restrictions will come in. DC will be giving those details to the press in terms of what is the more clear definition of essential versus non-essential. So there's some confusion among the people, but we will be giving more clarification on that. Also at this point in time, I would really urge the citizens of the state, especially of Shillong city, that the situation is very serious, and if we do not take the right steps at this point in time, we could see the situation getting from bad to worse. And therefore it is very, very essential that we take responsibility at our level to ensure that we don't go out of our homes unless and until it is absolutely necessary. I know it's difficult, but as I was mentioning in my previous press conferences also, that though the virus is spreading faster this time, the only silver lining in this whole thing is that there is a solution that is there, which is the vaccination, which we are pushing at the earliest. We are covering quite a bit. We have almost touched 15,000 vaccinations today, which is the highest that the state has seen. And we hope that these numbers will continue and get higher and higher. And so I once again appeal to all the citizens who are above the age of 45 to please come forward and get your vaccination. We have opened up many vaccination centers, and the best way to protect yourself is to get the vaccination.